This is why we can't have nice things on the internet. I see OnePlus finally releases the device that we've all been wanting for the last 3 or 4 years. And the only thing I can see on the internet, all over Twitter, is the fact that it doesn't have wireless charge. I don't care. When people reference the glory days of OnePlus, invariably they'll post a picture of the OnePlus 7 or the OnePlus 8 and say, oh, where did those days go? Well, guess what? They're back. The OnePlus 11 is the device that we've been wanting. I've been saying for a while now on these videos that OnePlus need to find an identity. OnePlus need to get back to either what they had been doing or figure out something else, because for whatever reason their flagship lineup wasn't working. They did that this year. They gave us that OnePlus 8 experience. Where will the Samsung S23 Ultra camera beat it? Yeah, probably. But I don't care. Because you're getting 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. You're getting a beautiful 6.7-inch AMOLED panel, 120 hertz refresh rate. All the rest of it, the latest Snapdragon, for $799. And don't give me about that trade-in, because you got the trade-in offers. Yeah, they'll list an S22 Ultra for $360, but they're currently offering enhanced trade-in credits or whatever. You get an additional $200. So they're essentially offering you, it's all said and done, $60 more for Samsung's flagship of last year than Samsung is allowing you on a trade-in. That's all you need to know. Don't talk to me about wireless charge. You don't want to say wireless charge and all the other phones have wireless charge? Okay, we have 80-watt fast charging. I think it goes up to 100 watts, but 80 watts is included. A charger in the box. All the rest of it. And listen, the OnePlus panels have been phenomenal all the way through. I was hoping they were getting back to this kind of style of device, or at least this philosophy, when I looked at the OnePlus 10T. And saw that was a great device. It had the Snapdragon Gen 1 Plus in it. It was ready to go. Beautiful panel, fluid. Oxygen OS 13 actually looked halfway decent when I was using it. Got some hands-on time. I was like, you know what? And it was like $649. I said, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, old school OnePlus is back. And sure enough, they were taunting Samsung on Twitter. They were saying we had something for you. And sure enough, they did. $699 for the 8 gig version with 128 gigs of storage. 16 gigs, 256 gigs of storage. $799. And like I said, will the Samsung S23 Ultra beat it in camera? Yeah, probably. Will it beat it on a lot of other things? Maybe. You know, it's not going to be a blowout. But here's the deal. The OnePlus, like with the OnePlus 9, like with the OnePlus 8, like with the OnePlus 7, because of the specs that they put in the device and the fact that Oxygen OS 13 has done relatively well in comparison to Oxygen OS 12 as far as performance is concerned, and getting back to that kind of smooth, fluid, just excellent overall experience with the support. With that said, it's going to be 90% of the experience, 95% of the experience, and I guarantee you that the camera, all the reports so far on Twitter back this up. I guarantee you that the camera on the OnePlus 11 is not going to be the potato that it was on the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 8. So a decent enough camera where the competition gets close. All the rest of it, performance-wise, fluid display, Quad HD, 2K, 1440, all the rest of it, 120 hertz, that goes all the way down to 1 hertz, the LTPO panel, all the rest of it. You're looking at that, and you're talking $799. And then you look at Samsung, you say, okay, well, maybe the S23 is an overall better device, but is it $450 better? Is it $400 better? And then the conversation gets a lot more difficult. So I love it. I personally think we should nitpick it. The device will be here. I skipped the OnePlus 10 last year. I was hoping that they weren't going to come out with it. I was praying that we weren't going to get another one of these presentations, and they tried to go toe-to-toe with Samsung, and I would say, oh, yeah, well, by the way, ours is $1,099 instead of $1,200, and all the rest of it. It wasn't going to work. And I think they knew that. I think that's why with the OnePlus 10T, they got back to their roots a little bit. We're going to give you the top spec. We're going to give you a great panel. We're going to give you a silky smooth software experience, but we're going to give it to you for less. And I love that they've picked the direction. And that's what everybody said they wanted. That's the direction that they wanted. Old school OnePlus, knocking on the door, right? Trying to bash their way in. Flagship killer, old school stuff. This is it. So let's see. Are people going to put their money where their mouth is? Were they actually looking for that? I'm so excited about it, I forgot to clean out my memory card. So we actually had to stop there for a moment because the memory card was full. But are they saying it because it was nostalgia? Because it's cool to say OnePlus? Because they don't have LG to kick around anymore like Nixon? I don't know what it is. But the OnePlus 11, so far, so good. It'll be here next week. We'll take a look at it, make sure that everything goes through its paces. But if it matches 95% of the flagship experience of the S23 Ultra, this is what we said. Samsung left the door open. We're going to be doing a video in the next couple days about the Pixel 7 Pro. How that's looking a heck of a lot better now with Samsung not being as generous with their trade-in offers. And that was always the crux. That was always what it was going to boil down to. It's not necessarily Samsung doesn't know us anything, or what these trade-ins, they don't guarantee you trade-in offers. That was never what it was about. It was about the fact that with the trade-in offers, with the credits, with all the rest of it, Samsung kind of mitigated that expensive price tag. It was $1,200, sure, but no one really paid $1,200 because you had the credits, you had the trade-ins, all the rest of it. So you kind of excused the baseline price. Not anymore. Can't excuse it. It's a $1,200 phone. It's going to be judged as a $1,200 phone, and it's going to be going up the likes of a OnePlus 11, which is $799. And the Pixel 7 Pro, which you could get $699, pretty sure, at this point as well, which compares favorably when you're talking $400 and $500 difference between these devices that I guarantee you, they're not in yet. They'll be in next week. I guarantee you. When I compare the two, there will not be $400 difference between the OnePlus 11 and the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.